Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to discuss the 97th Academy Awards, Oscars 2025. So much has happened and we really need to dig deep. If you enjoyed today's video, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You're always welcome on my channel. If you're feeling particularly generous today, you can support my channel through Ko-fi, and the link is in the description. Disclaimer, I am not a therapist. However, having spent 8 years in therapy, I've gained a deep understanding of psychological processes, and I love analyzing behaviors by looking beneath the surface. This video is not meant to diagnose and is intended for entertainment purposes only. So let's begin. The glitz and the glam of Oscars 2025. It was a very, very nice red carpet, first of all. I love the outfits. Some of them I didn't that much, but that's what always happens every year, right? So we will be focusing on the relationships and the psychology of what has happened at this ceremony this year. Couple of the year, Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet were there. Timothée again was wearing this out of the ordinary suit. This time it was yellow, and we've discussed this couple actually in my previous video. You can watch it right here. As always, they looked quite happy. They were lovey-dovey, and she looked and acted very supportive. In fact, she actually moved her seat with Timothy's mom when his category was announced, even though he didn't win, but still there was a nice gesture, and we've learned that there was no agreement to do that prior to the event, so it was kind of like she felt that way, and she did it for Timothée, and he reportedly was very pleased with this kind gesture. And after he did not win, they shared a kiss, and he turned around because she was now sitting behind him, and it was just all very cute. And I really wish them the best of luck. I hope their issues from their previous relationships in their childhood will not affect this bond that they have. Specifically, we know that Kylie had a bad history, I'd say, with her previous boyfriends, with Tyga, with Travis Scott. It looks like, at least to me, from what I'm seeing, what I'm hearing, that Timothée is more level-headed, so to speak. He's more mature, and maybe this time she can be in more of a grown-up relationship. I hope she can handle it psychologically. Speaking of big kisses, there was another one that caught everybody's attention. It was Halle Berry and Adrien Brody. 22 years since their kiss they shared in 2003 when Adrian won his award for Best Actor. He kind of reached out to Halle. She was presenting this award to him, and he kissed her. And this time it was her payback. The only problem, if we can call it that, was that Georgina Chapman, Adrian's girlfriend, and by the way, she is Harvey Weinstein's ex, she was right there, and Halle kind of turned to her, was like, sorry, I gotta do this. And they kind of laughed it off, and it was like this cute moment, supposedly, and Georgina looked like she didn't care, which stems from her confidence in her relationship and her understanding of the context, that it was a lighthearted callback as opposed to a romantic gesture. Being perhaps emotionally intelligent and understanding the dynamics in Hollywood, she didn't take it too seriously. But we have to say that if that same situation happened in the real world, so to speak, with the regular people, this kiss could have been seen as a sign of insecurity and suppressing true feelings to avoid conflict. In everyday life, that would signal breaking boundaries in a relationship, because that's how people usually treat relationships, that is not normal. And if a person didn't say anything about it, that would mean that they are trying to be a people pleaser, and they are insecure, and they just can't basically speak their mind and defend themselves. Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco were also there, and I would say that Benny didn't look that comfortable on the red carpet, but still they looked cute, they looked fine. But in general, I'd say that this couple grabs my attention from a psychological perspective, because we already know that Selena has plenty of issues, like parentification due to her parents' divorce and abandonment issues due to her father's absence in her life, and a mix of perfectionism and anxiety due to growing up basically in a spotlight as a Disney star. Benny himself mentioned that he suffers from low self-esteem, imposter syndrome, anxiety, and sensory overload. Both likely faced performance issues and identity confusion due to their early start in the industry. Selena starred in Emilia, Perez, and there was whole controversy surrounding this film. And I must say, I did not watch the whole film. I watched like parts of it, and it was guys, it was just too weird for me. Too weird for me. And it's interesting that Carla Sofia Garson was actually present at the Oscars, although there was this whole scandal because her past racist tweets resurfaced, and there was this whole issue about it. And it's interesting how these narratives make people actually stuck in a way, because okay, this is a film about a transgender person, and that's important, right? But also racism is important, right? Oh gosh, what do we do? What do we do? It's on one hand it's a transgender person, they could do no wrong, and at the same time they're being racist. Oh, we can't accept that. What do we do? If we don't bring her, if we don't invite her to the Oscars, then are they gonna say that we don't like transgender people? Oh, we can't do that. But at the same time, she's racist, right? Or no? What do we do? This is how I imagine the conversations behind the scenes. Anyway, she was there, and from this movie, Zoe Saldana was the one who got the Oscar for the Best Supporting Actress. She spoke on the issue surrounding the subject of Mexico and how Mexican people were offended by this film, and yeah, she spoke on that. But at the same time, this does not help it a lot. It doesn't make this movie less weird, because it was all around surrounding the Mexican situation and Mexican people, and there were no Mexican actors, and there was this whole transgender line, and it was all over the place. And the music, oh my god.
Hello, very nice to meet you. I'd like to know about sex change operation.
I see. Men to woman, or woman to men.
I think that should have been the first thing I mentioned, the music, because that was like the most ridiculous thing about it. If it was a comedy, which I guess it wasn't, right? Then we could have said that, okay, maybe that's funny, but it wasn't even funny. And this situation made me think how Zoe Saldana, who is a good actress, a great actress, right? She has been in the industry for a while and she's well respected. How did she end up in this film even? And yeah, we could say that, okay, maybe she shares those values and she genuinely thought that it was a great idea. The script was great and the idea behind it was great. For the sake of still respecting her, I'm kind of thinking about it in a different direction. I'm thinking her participation may be explained by cognitive dissonance and halo effect. Cognitive dissonance is when someone convinces themselves that something bad is actually good to reduce the discomfort of being involved in it. The halo effect is when the admiration for the director or other talented people involved in the project makes them overlook the flaws. So I'm imagining she was reading that script, she heard that music, she was like, maybe this is actually good. Maybe this is cool because this director is working on it and these people are so talented, and look at the cast, and maybe it's me. Maybe I'm not getting it. Okay, I'm just gonna do it and see how it goes. Plus, she's probably been paid a fortune, so yeah, I can see how that happened. And now, since she won the award, this can actually potentially make her believe that the project was actually better than it was, because after all, she won an Oscar for it, right? It must have been great. The famous couple that attended the award was Ariana Grande and Ethan Slater. It looked to me that he was a little bit overshadowed by her, and obviously she deserved it, right? And even though she didn't get the Best Supporting Actress, still being nominated for Wicked is a big step in her acting career. Ariana's psychological portrait is actually very interesting to me, and I'm thinking that maybe I'll make a separate video about her. But what we can see, like top of an iceberg, she seems to be generally unhappy in her love life, in her relationships. She had plenty, as we know, and all of them kind of didn't work out, and they were either very short or very painful for both parties. Some people would say she's not lucky in love. I'll say she has deep-rooted issues, because you know, people who had many partners, it's always easy to say that, oh, it's just the people she dated were just wrong. They were they didn't respect her, they didn't treat her right. And yeah, that's cute and all, and it's a nice excuse, but you know, if you personally even think that way, you should look at yourself first. Like, what is wrong? Why can't you stay in a healthy relationship? Or why are you choosing partners that are wrong for you? What kind of psychological game are you playing? What are you trying to change in your childhood by choosing this partner, and so on? And Ariana in particular, she's choosing unavailable partners, right? Either the guys are married or in relationships and so on. She even had a song, "Break Up With Your Girlfriend," da, 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 right? So that narrative, she's like pushing that narrative. She likes the idea of stealing your man, right? And it just makes me sad, honestly. It is sad. I believe that transference could be at play here, especially since we know that her parents were divorced. This means that welcome transference in this kind of situation. Transference is a psychological phenomenon where a person unconsciously redirects feelings, emotions, or expectations from past relationships, and usually with parents or caregivers, onto someone in their present life. And usually that is their partner. So unresolved emotions toward a parent can be redirected onto the partner, right? Imagine, and obviously this is just a speculation, I don't know what actually happened in Ariana's life, but just what it looks like from the side. So her parents got divorced, and if somehow as a young girl she was in that stage of her growth, which is a normal stage when the girl is kind of fighting with her mom for the dad, Oedipus complex period in the girl's life. If she was in competition with her mother at the time and her father left her mother, she might have thought that, ooh, he left her because I'm better or something like that. And now she's stuck in that age, and she grows up, and then she chooses partners that she can steal from their wife or girlfriend to finally get her father back, so to speak. Obviously, it's not about her actual father. It's just about that feeling. It could be driving her, you know, this force, this transference force of like trying to change her childhood and being stuck in that age and that trauma and that Oedipus complex. Yeah, that could be potentially, allegedly, probably, maybe, an explanation to her situation. Last but not least, Adam Sandler and the whole costume situation. Why are you asking me what I'm wearing? How dare you? Conan O'Brien.
Adam, what are you wearing?
What are you doing right now?
I'm asking you what you're wearing.
Nobody even thought about what I was wearing till you brought it up! Chalamet!
Okay, in my opinion, that skit was a little bit meh. I mean, I wasn't amused. And it was very pushed and very much overdone, like overacted. I felt like it was pushed on us. I mean, I don't know. Was it funny to you? Let me know in the comments. It wasn't that funny to me. Plus, some people on the internet somehow related this to the recent disastrous meeting of President Zelensky of Ukraine with President Trump. On that subject, as a Ukrainian, I just want to say, for the both sides in America, Democrats, Republicans, don't believe everything you're here, okay? About my country and about this war. Just all I'm gonna say. Thank you so much for joining me today. Please let me know what would you like me to speak about in my next video. I would love to hear your advice and your requests on interesting topics. And as always, we will dig deep and discuss these events and situations and people from a psychological perspective. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.